All right, family. We got another powerful presentation for you today. As you buckle on in, because it's gonna be one ride of a lifetime. We talking about Battle of the Gods, Baron Samedi versus Heimdall. Man, this is gonna be one slug, cosmic slug fest. You feel what I'm saying? Who gonna come out on top? Yeah, the Baron back there looking like he bought all that business. You feel what I'm saying? But we already know what time it is. Before we get started, I want to make sure you get over to the Patreon, General SETI Patreon. We got over 500 exclusive live streams you cannot view nowhere else on the planet. I want you to get over there, support the General. Also, I want you to get over and check out KingSeti.com online marketplace, official General SETI products, t-shirts, hoodies, African and Kemetic jewelry, DVDs, classic DVDs that you can't get nowhere else. I want you to think about becoming a member of General SETI's page, Sarasu SETI's page. You feel me? There's a lot of perks and exclusive material, videos that you can access when you become a member. And please get a video a thumbs up, like it because you love it, share it with your family and friends, comment, just don't say nothing stupid because you will get banned. Oh my God, this is gonna be a good one. You know, Baron Samedi, one of them, you know, it just in the Hall of Fame, you know, of extraordinary spirits of African, you know, spirituality. You know, everybody always, you know, revere the Baron. You feel me? We're gonna talk about, and we talking about Heimdall too now. Yeah, the guardian of the Bifrost, the Rainbow Bridge, you know, that leads from Midgard, Earth, to the Asgardian heavens, and so he's a true gatekeeper too. So you got two powerful gatekeepers. You see, when Heimdall opened up the gates to all the realms, you can't get there without him. You see, he puts that sword down and turns it, and he can open up any portal to any one of those realms. You feel me? And so yeah, he's very powerful. So let's check out who would come out on top, you see, in a battle like this. Now, you know, the Baron is something kind of different. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah, the Baron is something kind of different. He ain't your average, you know, you know, deity, you know. He's more of a spirit, you know, and so and he has power over, you know, death and things like that, you know, and so he not your average, you know, he's not your average deity. So let's see who would win in a matchup against Baron Samedi and Heimdall. Now, his domain is death. You know, and now, you know, his domain is death. Oh, let me get in here. Fine, I didn't click. Okay. And the grave, spirits, and resurrection. You see, his nature is as a trickster, you know, immortal lower. He's an immortal lower. So he's immortal. He's immortal. And so right there, he got one up right there because the Asgardian gods are not immortal. So right there, Baron Samedi, you know, is got one up on him. So, you know, Baron Samedi hangs out, you know, in the graveyard, you see, you know, when you get ready to cross over, you know, into the ether realm, you got to meet with the Baron. You know, he might throw you a bone. He might throw you a bone and say it ain't your time. And get, you know, but then he might want to walk you on to the nether realm, you see. And so he can grant resurrection, but he's a trickster and he's a immortal lower key powers, absolute authority over death and burial. Whoa. So Baron Samedi is the man. You got to meet with the Baron. Cannot be killed. He governs death. Wow. Boy, the Baron is something, man. Can curse, resurrect, possess, or refuse death entirely. So he can grant you, if you own your death, and you ain't, you can call on Baron and say, and try to see if he'll give you a pass. Okay, he can curse, he can resurrect. You see, you might be laying in the casket, and then all of a sudden, just breath come into your lungs, and he raised you up. He can possess too, nah. He can possess. So he's a very powerful Lord. Exists across the physical and spiritual realms. Okay. So Baron Samedi does not fight like a warrior. Okay, he does not fight like a warrior. He wins by control of faith. Faith, not faith. Faith. Okay. Heimdall now. What is his domain? Vigilance, cosmic order, guardianship. Vigilance, cosmic order, guardianship. His nature, he is one of the Asir gods. Odin, Thor, Loki, all of them is the Asir gods. They are more warrior types. And then you got the Vanir gods, which are more like magicians and things of that nature. They into magic and nature and things of that nature. His key powers, he has superhuman strength and combat skill. He can see and hear across realms. So his sight can go across realms. He can see and he can hear a pin drop 2 different, galaxies over. He can hear across galaxies. Guardian of the Bifrost, the bridge between worlds. So he don't control death, but in order to access the various realms, you see, he's the one that guards the gates to all the different realms. So you have to go through Heimdall to get to these different realms. Okay, he wields the Galahorn, whose call shakes the cosmos. So when Ragnarok is about to go down, you see, Ragnarok is the end of the Asgardian gods. It's really, so, it's a war in heaven. They all got this war in heaven. The Bible, and other religions, they also, even the Hindu, had war in heaven. So Ragnarok is this war in heaven, and I believe it's the fire and the ice giants are gonna come and attack Asgard. You see, they're gonna bring all their henchmen. It's gonna be millions of demons and things, and they're gonna march on Asgard. And when Heimdall see them coming, he's gonna blow that Galahorn, right? And when he blow it, that's how the gods gonna know. Wherever they at, they gonna know it's going down. When they hear that horn go off, they gonna know that Ragnarok is upon them. Heimdall is a watchman warrior, not a ruler of death. Okay, so power comparison. Raw combat, the advantage goes to Heimdall. Awareness and perception goes to Heimdall. Immortality goes to the Baron. You feel me? And control over death goes to the Baron. Reality, spiritual authority goes to the Baron. You see, wow, Baron, trickery and inevitability goes to the Baron. So the Baron is all powerful, man. He's all powerful. He is really, he is almost unbeatable. You feel me? because he controls death. The deciding factor, what does winning mean? If this is a straight up fight, Heimdall can strike, wound, and overpower, but he cannot permanently kill Baron Samedi. So physical victory is temporary, in that sense. If this is a fight, if this is a death and fate confrontation, Baron Samedi decides when someone dies, whether death is allowed. Heimdall is subject to death if he dies at Ragnarok. Baron Samedi wins by inevitability. It's inevitable. Inevitability. You see, mythological precedent is important. Heimdall dies in Norse myth. Baron Samedi cannot die. He cannot die. Got to tap in with the Baron, y'all. Got to tap in with the Baron. We got to tap in with the Baron. He presides over the dead. No myth places Heimdall above death itself. Baron exists outside of moral law and finality. You see, Baron exists outside of moral law and finality. So, finality is death. He cannot. In myth logic, a guardian can fall. You see, death itself does not. So the final verdict, Baron Samedi, not because he's stronger, but because you can't beat the one who decides when death happens. You can't beat him. Y'all better tap in, man. You know why I did this? Because we, putting these deities up, these African deities up here, and putting them, and it's really, a lot of it is not a battle in a sense, because really some of them are more physical, while some of them are more immortal and primordial. You feel me? In that sense. So it's really it ain't even really a battle, you see, in that sense, because they're not truly physical on that, in that sense. But, getting a chance to see the attributes of a lot of these African deities, and you seeing that they really far more powerful than any of these European deities. They far more powerful. You know what I'm saying? It ain't even funny, and so, yeah. And so, you thinking you putting them up on a particular deity that you would think got some, they might have a little smoke for them, but they really don't. They really don't, because the African deities and, Orishas and the Loas and things in the Neteru, they really on a cosmic level, and while most of these European gods are more human-like, you see, they can't think on that cosmic level like that, because they so want to be worship themselves that they can't even think on that level. They want all of that glory for themselves. So they give their deities these human-like attributes, which makes them vulnerable for demise. You feel me? Heimdall could defeat Baron, the Baron physically, but that's only temporarily. Heimdall could kill him. To kill the Baron is impossible. Baron Samedi could wait, curse, laugh, collect when fate allows, and fate always come. Alternative outcome rare. If the battle is bound to Ragnarok rules, purely physical, temporarily symbolic, Heimdall could score a momentary battlefield win, but mythically and cosmically, death always wins in the end. So Baron Samedi cannot be defeated on that. You got to make something up to try to beat him, and that's not gonna happen. And so Baron Samedi is one of the most powerful and recognizable Loa in Haitian voodoo. He is the master. We done went over there, and of death, the grave, and resurrection, and the gatekeeper between the living and the dead. You see, so his core identity in the Haitian voodoo spirit family, I believe, is the Getty spirits of death and ancestors. I don't know if I'm Gedi or Getty. Spirits of death and ancestors. His role, Lord of cemeteries, burial, decay, and rebirth. Authority decides who dies, when, and whether they return. If Baron Samedi does not open the grave, no one can be properly buried. If Baron Samedi does not open the grave, no one can be properly buried. Appearance and symbolism of Baron Samedi is traditionally depicted as a skeleton or skull-faced man wearing a black suit, top hat, and sometimes glasses with cotton plugs in the nose as done to corpses. Wow. Smoking cigars, drinking rum with hot peppers. Woo! Say he be smoking cigars, drinking rum with hot peppers, speaking with dark humor, profanity, sexual jokes. So that's the Baron family. He coming with all that. You feel me? This shocking style is intentional. He mocks death because he rules it. Powers and functions. Master of death controls entry into the underworld. Can refuse death, granting miraculous survival. So he can send you back. You know, can cause death if disrespected. So you can't disrespect the Baron now. That's not wise for you to do that. Resurrection and healing. Known from bringing people back from the brink of death, strongly invoked in serious illnesses and near-death cases. So if you're on the deathbed, many people would put in, some rituals to the Baron. You see, we got to call on the Baron and hope that he can give you a pass. You feel me? That he would have mercy and give you a pass. And he has done that. Spirit possession possesses devotees during rituals. So you can be careful. Be careful, family. Don't go and do like they say, this is, this not for amateurs. So don't go and get to read no books and put no, and performing the ritual you ain't capable of performing, and you mess around and get possessed. You might be by the wrong one. You understand? Speaks truth, others fear to say, exposes hypocrisy and hidden corruption. Okay, now, so this Getty family, Baron Samedi is the head of I don't know if it's Getty or Getty, Baron Lacroix, Baron, but these is all in French. And then you got Maman Bridget, his wife. I seen her. You got this other Baron, Samedi, I can't pronounce that. I would have to hear it, and I'm gonna learn it. But it looked to be in some type of either it's a Creole or Creole and what. So I had to hear it and then practice it, and I get it. Together they rule the realms of death, ancestry, sexual vitality, life after death. You see, the philosophy behind Baron Samedi, he represents a deep African Caribbean truth. Death is not the opposite of life. It is part of life. That's why he is sexual life force, laughing, fearlessness, crude, honesty, terrifying, unavoidable. So the common misunderstanding is that he's not the devil. He is not evil. He is not a demon. Voodoo is not black magic. Baron Samedi enforces cosmic balance, not morality. African roots, Baron Samedi origins trace back to West and Central African ancestor veneration, Congo and Fawn death cosmologies, syncretized under slavery in Haiti. He is a diasporic evolution of ancient African death deities. So let me do this because I'm gonna do it all. Quick summary aspect, his domain. We went over that death, grave, resurrection. Can he die? No. Alignment, amoral, just, unavoidable, personality, crude, humorous, terrifying, role, gatekeeper of life and death. Final takeaway, Baron Samedi is not a villain. He is inevitability with a laugh. He reminds humans that death comes for all. Fear is useless. Life should be lived fully before the grave opens. So that was very powerful, family. You know, so if you want to tap back into the Baron, go on over after this and do some research on the Baron because he's all powerful. You feel what I'm saying? He's all powerful, family. Appreciate y'all tapping in. You say, man, Mr. Take Your Girl. Y'all yeah, the Baron's something else, ain't he? Yeah, you say why spells can't stop African voodoo. No, it can't at all. Ain't no comparison. But anyway, family, I appreciate y'all being here. Make sure y'all get over the Patreon, support the general, get over there, get that work. KingSeti.com, get over to get some of them classic DVDs, t-shirts, hoodies, and African comedic jewelry. We got a lot of fly products over there. And you can become a member right here, General Seti, Sarasun Seti, and get his video before you get up off of here. Get his video a thumbs up. Share it, family. Share it. We're trying to get the general wherever we can get him so the people can be aware that, man, we got the most fire YouTube page anywhere. And nobody touching what we touching on. This is exclusive material. All right, family, I'll see y'all in a minute. Arm yourself with knowledge. Bang on that wicked ass beast. Daily liberation through African education and confrontation. Boom. Black power.